This is a PokéPress Special Report. Hi, I'm Stephen Reich here at Top Cut Comics in Rockford, Illinois, at one of the Pokemon Trading Card Game City Championships 2011. Now I'm here with Renae Antonelli, who didn't actually play in the tournament today, but she has an interesting hobby. She does cross-stitches of Pokemon sprites. So, Renae, first of all, how did you get into this type of arts and crafts in general?
Well, a couple of my family members, my mom and my aunt, used to cross-stitch when I was younger, and so I knew of it. And then recently I actually came across a website. It's called Sprite Stitch, and they have a lot of video game-related crafts, and it got me really interested, and I just started doing it after that.
All right, so how do you choose which one? Now today you actually completed, while you were here at the tournament, you completed a Celebi cross-stitch. How do you choose which Pokemon to do?
Well, usually I do them for people I know. The Celebi I finished because it's one of my favorite Pokemon. I also did a Shuckle for myself. Usually I just make them for people, whatever they ask me to make, their favorites or anything like that.
All right, and how do you go about taking the sprite and making it into, you have a piece of software you have on your iPad that has some sort of tool. Can you explain exactly what that software does?
Well, I have a program that's called KG Chart, and it's on my computer, and I take the sprite, straight from the internet and put it into this program, and it'll convert it into individual stitches for me. And then if I have to, I'll just change a few colors or make a few tweaks, and then I can use the image on my iPad if I'm, going somewhere like I did today. Then I have the pattern with me, and it's, more portable.
So give us an idea. What's the general process of going from start when you have the template, you know what you have to do? What part of the image do you usually start on? Is there a particular order you go in, or?
Not really. Kind of just whatever works for that particular image. If I have an outline like I did on the Celebi, I always do the outline first. I try and not have to backtrack or go over other stitches. I just, whatever works for that particular image, I usually do it one color at a time, try and finish each color.
All right, and how long does it usually take you to make one of these? Obviously, it depends on the size of the image and how many different colors there are, but how long does it usually take on average, would you say?
Well, these small sprite-based ones take me just a couple of hours if I work straight through. I've made a few larger projects, and they can take me, weeks at a time, depending on how big they are.
How big is the biggest one you've made?
Well, actually, the biggest project I made was a deck box for my boyfriend. He, likes Hop-Ips. I put a Hop-Ip on there, a bunch of designs. That one took me a good month to make, and then I had to sew all the pieces together as well.
All right, and do you have have you tried making sprite cross-stitching from any other sources of material?
Yeah, but not any small sprites like these. I've done, if you know the video game Spyro, I'm actually working on a big thing of Spyro. And then things that aren't video game related. I just finished some Christmas gifts, framed things. Yeah, I made a bunch of different ones.
Well, that's really neat. It's always great to see people are sort of bringing this type of digital art into the real world. Thank you very much, Renae. This has been Stephen Reich at Top Cut Comics in Rockford, Illinois, at one of the 2011 Pokemon Trading Card Game City Championships. This has been a PokéPress Special Report.